Hi everyone, so in today's video I'm doing this kind of gory, disgusting look. I was basically just practicing on my boyfriend, so let's get started. So the first thing you want to grab is liquid latex, and I'm just taking a sponge I kind of ripped up. And the first thing I was doing was just kind of stippling this on his face just to create like some texture, so it was a little bit rough, so it looked kind of gross, I don't know. So I went ahead and did that, and then we'll move on to the more complicated stuff. So basically here what I'm doing is just putting some liquid latex on Jared's skin, and then I'll be taking some tissue. You can use tissue, toilet paper, whatever you want to use, and just kind of separate it in half so it's quite thin, and then you just want to layer that on the skin and then continue with the liquid latex on top. So basically you'll be like paper macheing your face. So just keep doing that until you get the thickness you want. It will work better if you put more layers. If you do it too thin, it's not going to work so much to peel it back. I don't know, I'm not a professional, so don't take all my advice on board. But anyway, that's what I went ahead with. So I just kept going around his eye and just kept layering until I was happy with it. So just a little friendly reminder, if you were going to be using a brush to put this on, which you probably will need to, use a brush you do not care about, or go and buy some really cheap ones, because it will ruin your brush completely. So I'm pretty much done with this eye area. So I'm moving on to like little bits on his face. So I just did a lot thinner and smaller areas. I just wanted to kind of peel them up later so it looked like his skin was, I don't know, decaying, or he was shot, or I don't know. I was just going with it and see, you know, what was going to happen. I was pretty proud to give it A for effort. This is the second time I've ever done this, so go me. So basically just here I'm doing the same thing as I was doing earlier. I'm just kind of taking the sponge and stippling some on his face. I just wanted to give his skin a bit of a rough texture. You can see it dries completely clear, and where obviously I've used tissue it looks white, but yeah. So now I'm going in to cover the liquid latex with a foundation, and then I'm like, oh my god, he is so much more darker than me. This is the foundation I use when I fake tan. So obviously it did not match at all, so I went in with this Studio Fix concealer, I think it was, and I just applied that on top so it would appear darker because he's so black. Oh my god. So just to add a little bit of texture to Jared's face to make his skin look a little bit uneven, I don't know, I went in with the dark concealer and this light one, and I kind of just stippled this on the face with the rough kind of broken up sponge, so that would create, I don't know, dirtiness. Okay, so moving on to the most fun bit of, I guess, this tutorial. You're going to start peeling up that liquid latex around the eye so it kind of looks like there's skin hanging off. So I had a little bit of trouble, but I got there eventually. So basically I just started tearing at it, ripping it to make it look a little bit less neat and perfect. And then I went over like to the small ones and started picking that. Oh my god, I just can't do this right now. I just can't talk. And then I started picking at the smaller ones, as I was trying to say. Dyslexic today, I reckon. Okay, so pretty much I did not have a red or burgundy face paint. I just kind of filled it in with this MAC lipstick. I know I used the MAC lipstick to fill in his face. How bad is that? But oh well. So I went in and basically filled the whole entire bit in, and the smaller wounds. And I also did kind of go around the edges. My god. And then I went like on the flaps of skin, if you know what I mean, just so you couldn't see like whiteness. Okay, so after we have done so, I'm just taking a bit of brown eyeshadow. I do also grab black, and I'm just shading in the bit around his eye because I did not want his, let's say, eyebrow to show, because let's say if his face got ripped off, there wouldn't be like an eyebrow there, it'd be gone. So I was trying to cover it with the black, and then after I go in with some thick stage blood or whatever it is. Seriously, I thought this blood was, yeah, going to be thick, but it was still going to run, but literally it turned into like a jelly or something like that. So I did struggle a little bit with it because it didn't move at all. So I wish I did have some liquid blood to go over it, but that's all I had. And yep, pretty much after this I just shade in the face, make it a bit darker in certain areas, go around the wounds, make them look like they're protruding like out of his face, and that's about it.